What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We're going to do some poison testing today. We've done a lot of wild testing. We did wild teams yesterday, and we've got some new gear set for enlightenment. So I'm going to go back and make sure I test everything that I did with wild back with the flora with the 371 enlightenment we have. I believe that's the amount of enlightenment we've got on here. Let's look at this set. This set is giving us a total enlightenment of... And we need this set because we have a lot of heroes that benefit from enlightenment, like Lothair that you're looking at right now, plus a couple other, quite a few of the legendaries need enlightenment as well. So just with this enlightenment, we've got 300 total. I don't know how much is on this. Yeah, that makes sense because we had enlightenment piece on her, and then is there enlightenment on this as well? There is, 120. Okay, maybe we need to look into more enlightenment. I thought we did. If we didn't, we're gonna change this up. We're going to retest everything with Flora so we can get some really good numbers, and then we'll put those on our spreadsheets. Well, I need to unify all the spreadsheets as well. What's going on? Anger in the house. JP, how you doing today, my man? If you're not playing Dragonheir Silent Gods, download it with the link down below. Come join us. You can download it from Steam. You can download it on your mobile device. Come join us on Discord as well. My Discord is always busy. We're always there to help you out, and their official Discord is down below as well. Dark Knight in the house. How's everybody? I got a late stream today. I went to the gym, met my wife afterwards because she got off of work right when I was done with the gym. And so we took a bike ride home together. And then now I'm streaming. Let's do this. What's good? We're going to do some poison testing, but I need to make sure that we have this gear fleshed out. Let's go ahead and make sure that we get as much enlightenment on these two pieces as possible so that we have a closer enlightenment to what we would have kind of like max enlightenment wise. This is... I think we have a big one, right? 2 hits into enlightenment. That's good. That's what we would look for on a normal account, right? 2 hits in. See, that's 3 hits. I think 3 hits is a bit much with all that attack as well, but still. Okay, here's what Flora has. 2 hits plus attack. Okay, that's nice. And then on this one, we had attack percentage plus 2 hits into enlightenment. Is that correct? Oh, we're not using the right one. We need to be using this, right? Now we're squared away. This is enlightenment with attack. All right, let's save this. This is giving us 415 because we're getting enlightenment from here, enlightenment from there, but you can see that we've got an enlightenment chest piece with attack percentage on there and flat attack, which is amazing. 2 hits into enlightenment with critical damage and accuracy that we don't need necessarily. We can use the accuracy actually with some people, so that's good. We've got 2 hits into enlightenment with attack percentage. We've got attack percentage with 2 hits into enlightenment and flat attack, accuracy, crit rate. All great stats. So this one is going to be saved as overwrite, right? Overwrite this. Okay, this is our new gear. It's our new enlightenment gear. It's not just Flora's gear, it's everybody's gear. Except for the mythical drop rates, yeah, it's hard, right? I still don't have an enlightenment moonlight mantle. I've been farming there. I've been farming everywhere. I feel like when we first started farming at 30 days, when we had the increased drop rate, enlightenment was dropping a lot more often. Now I feel like now I feel like mythicals are hardly even dropping, you know? Yo, who's this guy right here? Stu rules, the end. That's it. The end. Nothing else. Don't say nothing. That's it. Don't even try it. Deadbolt, what's up, my man? Thanks so much for 36 months support. Appreciate the love. How you been? What's good? I'm looking for a new game to play, guys, with Dragonheir. I'm looking for a new game to really dive into. You know, right now we've got a lot of downtime in Dragonheir while they're doing this merger. They're getting everything worked out. Soon this game will be just as amazing as any top tier game you can think of, but we've got a little bit of growing pains right now, so it's a slow time. Until we hear about all the other events, we hear about balancing, we hear about the new season heroes. I don't know when all that's gonna happen, but until that happens, we're not really busy. So I do really want to sink my teeth into something new. I want to learn about something new. Chilling like a villain? Yeah, I want to play some game and learn about all the heroes, all the monster mechanics, and really dive into something else that I can cover. So if you guys know of anything great coming out this year, does anybody know of anything coming out soon? That would be really cool. Or sometime this year would be fine. Once we get busy, like if they give me the new test server for season 4, boom, we're going to be busy with Dragonheir. Videos with Dragonheir like crazy on YouTube and streaming with it like crazy. If they come out with new events, I don't know how busy we'll be with that. We'll definitely get out some cool videos, but if it's a D&D event, we can get out a lot more because then we can be fighting that monster, using a whole bunch of different teams, going over what the event is, going over what the new hero is. I mean, there's so much we could be working on right now, so much. Artie, what's happening, my man? Artie here too. Deadbolt, Artie, I need to stream later. You're still waiting for Ashes of Creation refund? When did they ever say they're going to give us a refund? Should we apply for that? Is there somewhere where we can apply for that? Like, seriously. Deadbolt, I'm not even playing around anymore. How many years has it been since we pre-ordered Ashes of Creation? How many years? I think that game has been tanked. I don't care what people say. Every month they do something on stream every once in a while to show you their new Unreal 5 footage of like this one guy fighting a rock or something like that. I don't care. I'm pretty sure the game is not coming out. Even if it is coming out, like, Artie, what's up, my man? Dragon Stew in the house. Even if the game's coming out, it's just too long. I mean, how long? They should have done the right thing. Like King Arthur Legends Rise recently just refunded everybody. They're going to close their beta. They've refunded everyone. They're going to wait till they global release to have everybody on the same playing field, and they're going to wait now until the game is ready to come out and really play test what they believe will be the finished product. And they refunded. They just force refunded everyone. And I just see all my Bank of America and PayPal, I just saw like refund. A couple days later, more refunds. That's what Ashes of Creation should do. That's what but they might not have money though. They might just be out of money. Everywhere I can go, you can't escape it. That's it. Just raid. Have you tried Raid Shadow Legends? I've heard of that game. Is it any good though? How come I keep seeing videos of Raid Shadow Legends like slipping? I see content creators doing all these videos like Raid Shadow Legends slipping. This is the end. What did I see today? Today I saw a thumbnail saying that old content is no longer relevant or something. How's it been going, Deadbolt, over there with the Raid Shadow Legends crew? All right, we've got some poison people. I definitely want to test some stuff out. I don't, Materia, I think unless we kill somebody, it's not. It was so cool when we played here in the very beginning, right? When we first started playing the game, we played her, we blew people up, and it was massive. I don't think we can ever get to that. The main catalyst for all our teams is probably going to be Corrin, but without Corrin being extremely fast, can we play him still? Can we play him in a way that, like, does he have to be at every 15 seconds to refresh? I guess it's mandatory to keep 40 stacks up, but without Hourglass, how could we accomplish this? There's no epic artifact with skill haste. That's all we need, right? They need to come out with an epic artifact with some kind of skill haste on it. That's it. Obviously, it's not going to be as much skill haste as 60, but it could be 40. We could put on. We could get a downtime from with the incense burner. That's the poor man's right there. The incense burner is lovely. I love this thing. And we get accuracy with it too. So 10%. So we take it from 20 seconds to 18 seconds, and then the rest of this will take it to what? Skill haste 1 hit, skill haste 3 hits. So skill haste 2 hits on each of these runes is not unbelievable, right? We can do 2 skill haste hits on each rune, and then we've got him with skill haste gear and skill haste here. I wonder now what he's looking like. Like, what is he going to be as far as keeping up poisons? This guy needs a little bit of crit help. Durango. All right, here's a little bit of crit rate to help him do some more poisons. Let's see what happens. I'm curious how often Corrin will now do his ultimate, because we're trying to bring it from 20 seconds down to 15, or at least as close as possible, so we can keep those stacks up. I'm gonna have to look at the time. Like right now when he cast it, look at 2 minutes, right above my head. Right above my my beer sign in the back. So he cast it right at 33. So when is he gonna cast it again? If it was 15 seconds, he'd cast it then at what? 18? Something? I think, no. I could swear we were at 15 seconds then. I mean, we're not bad on stacks. Okay, right there, 202. All right, there's 12 seconds right now. He's a little bit short. He's not much short, but he's a little bit, so I guess they fall off. We're not even reaching 40 stacks, so that's pretty sad, right? He's just shy. We just need just so little bit more skill haste. That's all we need. Is he refreshing these or not? Champion and players become too strong that regular content could not entertain them anymore. That's fine though, right? I mean, we don't care about story mode entertaining people. Nobody's worried about making an awesome team just to run their heroes through to level them up, right? Nobody's worried about story mode. I doubt is usually what happens with the power creep with all heroes getting stronger, with new gear introduced, new ways to make your heroes stronger. They add more stages. So, but they've done that. They took Dragon and they made hardcore everything, right? Hardcore Fire Knight. I haven't played it, but I'm going off of what I've seen from thumbnails. Hardcore Fire Knight. If Faction Wars is too easy, you add some more floors of Faction War and you up the rewards. I mean, that's usually what games do for old legacy content. And then they bring in new content that's challenging, right? It's very different now. I should start a free-to-play account. No way. No. I'd rather play like any brand new game than start a free-to-play account. Not happening. See, we just like we just had 30 stacks up, and then a half a second later they dropped off. This is really sad because all we got to do is have an epic artifact with some skill haste on it. With 40 skill haste, but the instant burner is just a half a second shy. And I think getting 3 hits, like sometimes I don't ever have 3 hits on skill haste. So saying that you need 3 hits is too much. 2 hits on each of these is fine, along with skill haste here. And there's no other way for us to pick up skill haste except for a legendary artifact. There's no other artifact that will speed us up except for the instant burner. So there's just basically no way to get this guy to keep up 40 stacks unless we have a legendary artifact, which is pretty sad. Or ungodly luck with 6 hits in one and 2 hits in the other.
Stay away from our
All right, I'm gonna give him a little bit more here, skill haste. Okay, this is giving him 5 more, which again is not reasonable. We're not gonna have 2 hits and 3 hits on our account. It's just not that easy. What else is going on with that? Seriously though, Ashes of Creation, I want my refund. I want a refund. I wish they would just give everybody a refund. It'd be like a Christmas present, you know? It'd be like an unexpected Christmas present from just something out of the blue, but it's something you really wanted, you know? You know, sometimes you get presents and you're just like, you know, I didn't really want that. Thank you so much. But that would be the coolest present ever. Refund of like $300 from Ashes of Creation. All right, are we still behind? I don't know if this did it. No, it didn't do it. If we're losing stacks, it did not make it. So low spenders are free to play. Just do not have a shot at getting this guy to keep stacks up. That's unfortunate. Tell me how different it is right now. What do you mean it's very different now? How different is it now? Okay, I like Dinch in there. I like Dinch trying to get up stacks with us. That's always good because he's a rare. But that would mean these two, and then you'd have somebody else in here. You'd have one of the legendaries. You'd have Jathalea, you'd have Lothair or Vakana in here, and we're not going to have the stacks we need or the poisons we need. Maybe for... Who else can apply the most poisons? Maybe that's what we need to look at one time. For 4 seconds, dealing the derivative damage to enemies within range every 0.8 seconds with a 60% chance to inflict poison. Okay, so for him though, we can increase that chance to inflict the poison up to 100% with this artifact right here. Success rate to inflict a buff or debuff. That's what this is supposed to do. So let's equip this. Let's go do some summons so we can level that up and try it out. You have to buy shards to get good now? It's always been that. What do you mean? You have to buy shards to get good. It's always been that way. That's nothing new at all. You got to buy shards. You mean you can't rely on like the guild boss to give you shards daily? You can't rely on something like that to kind of get you some shards? Is that what you're saying? Like you need a lot of shards now to do well? Let me show you guys the luck. Here we go. I'm going to get 2 exclusive heroes and 210 summons. Unheard of. Yeah, it's always been you got to summon. But it was always, you know, after a couple years, it was pretty nice with rewards, right? You know, when a game's been around for a few years, you start to get pretty good rewards, pretty good summons. You don't really have to spend as much. But then they introduced those red stars and they introduced a whole bunch of other things that made you spend more. If you wanted to keep up, you got to spend more. It wouldn't even look like the same game to me, honestly. With a chance to get a mythical? Red Ancients. I don't even know what a Red Ancients is, but you can also get a farmable rare. Oh, but you can get a rare out of it too. It's the same thing. It's mythical. Yeah, it's just like an ancient shard. It's the same thing as the ancient shard, and you just got a chance to get a mythical, but really it's just opening an ancient shard, right? Is what they were all saying. They haven't changed that. It's like, here's your ancient, and it's like $100 more than a normal ancient. Where's my exclusive? Primal shard. I don't even know. Do you get those? Like, where do you get those primal shards from? Do you get one in your guild shop or login reward or something like that? Ripe Kiss. That was Shaltar. That was pretty cool. Hey, there we are. Exclusive Nesjinka. I would like Nesjinka on my team. On my account. I knew it. We got one. They charge $5 a pop for them, or events in. Yeah, but you have to compete against other people for that, or you just have to participate in the event. See, that's the big difference. Something like Summoner's War, you go in there and you just participate in the event as free to play, low spender, or whale. It doesn't matter. You're going to complete the event. You're going to get the rewards. In Raid, it's always been to complete the event or do well. You got to spend money. You got to grind on the game all day long, night and day. And you got to compete against other players. So it can be really different. It could be to where you're not going to get it, right? You're not going to get it as a low spender or even a 4-year player of the game. And then you got to save all your resources, right? Always with that game, you had to save all your resources. You couldn't just get shards and open them. You couldn't just get stamina and use it to go farm something. You're like always waiting. Is it the right time to actually use your resources or do anything? Compete. Yeah, but you have to compete to get the rewards though, right? To get the shards. The primal shards is what they're called. Ghoul in. This has been a pretty good summons. Oh, whoa, look at this. Whoa, Sonarl? Man, if I pulled Sonarl, I mean, I like her. I don't think she's like that awesome. The possession part of it's pretty cool. But pulling Sonarl with another legendary is pretty damn sweet. Nah, not Rash. Not Rash, please. Man, we're pulling in the legendaries at the end here. That's like a second Malik. Damn. That last 30 summons was insane. Okay, we should have enough stuff to level up our artifacts. Let's go over here and see what we can do with increasing our chance to apply poison with Dinch with this artifact here.
Let me see.
skill haste? He's got skill haste on it. All right, let me see what Dench can do. Just applying poisons. That's all I'm looking at. We should actually give him some skill haste so he can apply more. Do his ultimate more often. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 100% chance now to apply poison, which is pretty nice for a rare, I guess. But yo, Meteor Storm, thanks so much, man. Back in action. I'm here. I was here yesterday, the day before that. I'm back. Meteor Storm Gaming in the house. Thanks so much. You guys go over there and give him a follow. He's covering Dragonheir Silent Gods as well. Always putting out videos. 21 stacks is okay. Not okay. It's not okay. We want 40 stacks. We want to be able to blow up 40 stacks with Jathalea or Lothair. And if I'm going to have Jathalea or Lothair in here, I need a 2-person team to go with one of those, right? That's a 3 poison team, then we have 2 support. Even if we're running through a dungeon or trying to do speed runs like that, we're still going to need probably 2 support. So I don't know who else we can bring in besides... Like, who's going to really put up poisons? No, the boss isn't fixed on the test server. They haven't told us that. They haven't done anything with the test server. And I asked them yesterday about Season 4 heroes, and they said they'd let us know when they plan on doing that. Now, if Season 4 is delayed, then we don't have to worry about a test server for Season 4 right away. But if it gets closer to the end of our season, like our season says it's going to end in 20 days, if we get closer to that 20-day mark and we're only like 3 days away and we don't have a test server for Season 4, then we can already assume that we're going to have to wait for other servers to merge. So they're going to extend our season to where we're kind of in limbo like we were last season, just waiting. And we'll have more time to play on this test server like I'm doing, but we won't have the Season 4 heroes and we'll just be waiting. So I don't know. We're just waiting. Like right now, we're just waiting. We'll hear something soon, I hope, but we're just waiting. So if this is a 100% chance, then we get how many? Like 5 poisons up every ultimate. And then here we're doing 50, 60, 70, 80% chance to get 2 stacks up. Not bad. Deals derivative damage to enemies with 100% chance to inflict 1 stack of poison. Every 3rd basic attack. Well, Dinchy. All right, is there like who can really apply poisons besides Dench? She's not going to apply a lot of poisons. I never knew Horus to apply that many. He just does this right here where it just explodes poisons on his ultimate. Here he is doing 3 stacks on a battle skill at a 60% chance, so that's not going to apply a lot of poisons. Increases his crit rate. This guy just does a lot of AoE, but doesn't apply a lot of poison either. He doesn't apply too many poison. I guess a decent amount here. We've got 75%, 100% chance to apply 3 stacks. So that's lower than Dench. 2 stacks. But he does do good damage if there's a whole bunch of poisons, especially for fighting one of those D&D bosses. 35 dice on the banner yesterday. But nope. You did it on... I haven't even looked at the banners. It's the blessed banners with 3. So you picked 3 heroes. Tharvel was one of them. Yeah, you got Vinyara. Nice. Yeah, Vinyara's pretty sweet. Oh, with 1. That's right. You're on a different... You just started season 3? Is that right? Didn't you just do your season 3 summons? Pretty sure that's what it was, right? Started season 3. So he could do a decent amount. Obviously, we don't get a lot of poisons with Eli either, just the battle skill only. So that... More poison heroes. We need more ways to apply more poisons. A non-legendary option without having to have the hourglass, right? I'm pretty sure Twitch can do a lot of poisons too. 50% chance to inflict 2 stacks of poison. But he's attacking 4 times. It's actually 75% chance. 1 stack of poison. Whenever an enemy is inflicted with poison by a skill other than this passive, the hero's got a, what, 50% chance to inflict 1 stack of poison. That's pretty nice. But then we need a legendary. So bonkers. So he immediately put up 3 stacks on his battle skill. And 9 there. He's applying them pretty fast. And I know if we do a lot of enlightenment, we can get really good damage out of Twitch. But this doesn't really feel faster than Dench. I guess we just got to put our guy in the hourglass. I mean, there's nothing we can do about that. We just got to put him in hourglass. Now, it's going to be much harder when we do Vakana because Vakana needs a whole bunch of poisons applied when she does her ultimate. But still, Dench should be able to take care of that. So we can test all those legendaries with Dench. Where's poison? All right, hold up. Let me see. Let's give this guy. I guess we can try to make his stacks hit harder. It doesn't really matter. We're just trying to get up stacks. The actual tick stack aren't going to do a lot of damage, but we'll do enlightenment and we will do accuracy on here, and then we'll get skill haste in here as well. So skill haste and accuracy. Okay, enlightenment, skill haste, accuracy. That one's already leveled up. Oh, that's on Corrin. There's another one. Now, does Corrin even need that? Is he really even applying? Is Corrin applying poisons at all, or is he only extending? Because there's a big difference there as far as whether he needs enlightenment or not. We need attack percentage. I mean, will it matter if we're doing poison? Will it matter if we have decreased defense up for this? For the ticks, the actual ticks? Oh, we can't have that. Not if we want to get more skill haste. Nice. Attack, enlightenment, accuracy. That's a crazy one. Okay, now we're going to go with the Emperor set. Smack some enlightenment on this guy. Enlightenment 2 hits with a little bit of accuracy. Enlightenment attack. Let's see if we can do enlightenment accuracy. I hope they do something with the poison, though. I really do. How they balance poison out to make poison effective for its ticking damage itself. Because really, all these other heroes are just here to enable 3 legendaries. They're not here to do anything else, except for Eli. Only because he has 3 hits on his ultimate and he does good single target damage. But you don't even put enlightenment on him. You just do him regular attack. So he's really there not to play on any poison team. He's just there to play with Sigrid. He's not really a poisoner. And these other ones are kind of not that great, right? I want to try to see if we can make Horus work with this explosion, but usually when I tested him before, it wasn't that satisfying. And that's it, man. We got Twitch, Durango, which we never get good, excellent results for. He's just there again to put up poison for people. For the other ones, he's not really there to do anything great. Sigrid's the girl, man. She's the one. You're around 1,050 Starlight dice now. Oh, okay. I thought you meant you had 1,000 saved up. Yeah, I'm easily around that too. I've got a lot of Starlight dice on my main account. I've opened up a lot recently. So I have... Well, wait. Did we get one? Wait a minute. Did we get one from Starlight? I'm pretty sure we got one from... We did. We got one at like 600 and something. Or maybe at 800. We got one Starlight. And then I finally got one from the Horn. Yeah, Sigrid is a beast. You should definitely play her. Okay, so if we do this guy, And we put the hourglass on him to keep up the stacks. Now we can test out the 3 major legendaries, which we already did Lothair through the Gambit, but we didn't do it on a spreadsheet and we didn't do a video about it. So we can actually go through Lothair pretty easy. But we're going to do the other 2 first. And I'll do Lothair last. So this one, he just needs hourglass. And we're overcapped with, he only needs 70, I think, was it? 70 additional skill haste. Is that the one we just had on? Oh, 3 hits there. 2 hits here. Ah, whatever. I'll work on this later on. Doesn't matter. He's fast enough. He's fast enough to keep up all the stacks of poison. So now we just bring in somebody like Jathalea, right? Now, how does she work? Because I've never even played her before. We did Lothair recently. Is she going to work just like Lothair? We just have a lot of stacks up. Boom, she blows it up, and we're doing speed runs with her the same exact way. I have a feeling it might be. But do we use Enlightenment, or do we go full crit rate critical damage on her abilities? We're going to need some scrolls. I haven't been lucky enough to pull any of these poison legendaries, except for Durango. Durango, which I got right away on my account pretty early. To the enemy within range, each stack of poison on the target. This skill deals an additional 2% of the target's max HP derivative poison damage. So it is derivative. Up to 120% of the target's attack and removes all poison from the target. Oh, it removes them all. Targets killed by this skill cannot regenerate. 1 stack of poison, then gain Enlightenment up. So I'm looking at probably Enlightenment. Skill damage less than 35%, so she's got like an execute.
There is no greater eternity than the grand.
You have 0 poison legendaries? I've just got Durango. I wish I could have, I don't know, anything else. Like if I'm looking at all the poison ones, anything else besides Durango and I'd be pretty happy. Even Twitch would be cooler than Durango. All right, let's set this girl up with the eyeball. Let's give her our Enlightenment chest piece that we have, our Enlightenment set that we have, floors set. And then we'll go Enlightenment on this side. With like attack. Oh, Lothair's got a pretty sweet set on, right? Enlightenment, attack, accuracy if we need accuracy. All right. And then we're going to go attack with the same type of stuff. She's only at 295 Enlightenment because we don't have an Enlightenment legendary artifact. So once we slap that on, we'll be up to what? Over 400. Okay, that makes sense. Because right now we're just using the eyeball. All right, let's see what we can do with 295. Once we get up to 40 stacks, right? Was it a big hit or not? I can't tell. Are we not going to get 40 stacks up? I thought he had hourglass on. We would be able to keep this up. Oh, she removes them. That's what it is. She hit for 253,000. She removes. So how do we do it with Jathalea? We're just gonna, like, for her, we just do one big hit and that's it. We try to nuke, like, because I've seen people do runs with her. I've heard of people doing runs with her, to where they go into the one guy, Grave of Curse. They put up a whole bunch of poisons and then they nuke. So let's hold off on her ultimate. So is that it? She's just like a one-trick pony with getting up a whole bunch of poisons, nuking, and that's all you do. She's not like a consistent damage dealer because she's removing them. Lothair doesn't remove him. But if I have to wait and not do her ultimate, it's kind of not fun. Boom. 453,000. Or we could just let her free fire and she's still going to get the, you know, 253,000, and then she'll do it again for another 253,000, probably within the same time frame, so it's about the same damage.
The forest.
All right, let me just see what kind of damage she gets in 3 minutes, just with this team right here. And what kind of lead do we have? No lead. Who has an accuracy lead? Anybody know an accuracy lead outside of poison? And what does poison go with? Outside of poison and frost. I guess it doesn't matter if it... We're only doing 3-team comp, so it doesn't matter. I could bring in Sigrid still.
I'm ready.
For her accuracy lead in the back. All right. Let's see what we get with this artifact on, and we'll switch to another artifact. I don't think with her we need Corrin in here. I think it would be better to get a whole bunch of poisons up before she does her ultimate, and not like there's no point. There's no point of Corrin with her, right? We need two people that can put up the most poisons as possible during their 20 seconds or 18 seconds, whatever we have them at, to all happen before she does her ultimate. Everything that happened before she does her ultimate. And then boom, take it away. But I don't think Corrin even gives us that many. So he's not our man for this. Siggy, always with Siggy. So we get up 3. We could get up 3 poisons here. All right, what's another low level? See, here's the issue. This is just like Execute and a lot of the other stuff that they've brought out. We need more heroes that apply these debuffs or do something cool with poison. Like an epic one that blows up instead of these other 3 legendaries that do special stuff with poison. Oh yeah, he can kind of apply a nice amount, right? He's gonna hit 3 times. It deals wield spike. No, he just does 1 hit, inflicting 3 stacks of poison. And then here, is it just 1 hit again?
Even in darkness's grip, I refuse to simply yield.
Six free-to-play teams video already, but... What 6 free-to-play teams? What do you mean? Oh, you're talking about the in-game boss? Yeah. Would it be cool to be streaming right now and showing the in-game boss and making teams for it? That would be awesome right now. They haven't fixed them yet. We don't know any news. I mean, they're closed lip with everything until it's ready. They're not going to tell us anything about nothing until it's ready to go live, and that's it. We just gotta wait, man. There's so much is going on in content creator chat, asking them about stuff every single day, and they just can't tell us anything until I guess they get the memo of the memo of the memo, and it's ready to go.
Go away. Don't block. And so concludes your fate.
Now, will our boy here get up enough stacks? No, not that one. We need... No, we don't want to do decreased defense. We just need something with accuracy on it. Where's accuracy? Incense burner. Great. Gear-wise, doesn't really matter. We're not looking at his damage. We're just looking at her damage. So let's put on Emperor set. We'll give him a little bit of skill haste. Accuracy, we don't need it, but we'll go with that. Okay. We've got Dent coming in at 11 seconds, 12 seconds, her at 13. So this is fine. We want to kind of match it up to their battle skill. Their battle skill can also get up poison. So their battle skill is going to go off at 5 seconds probably. Let's double check this. It's going to go off at 4.9, 5 seconds and 15 seconds pretty much. This one is going to be faster, right? 5 seconds and 15 seconds, kind of somewhere around there. So if I put her to do her ultimate after their battle skills, that'll be even better. Which would be right there at 15.5, maybe. What is she missing gear from? What?
Even in darkness's grip, the refuse to
There is no greater
did we
eternity
take away?
than the grand
What did we take away from our girl? Stop stealing, man. Okay. I guess we had to put on some random gear and he got that. All right, here we go. Save. Let's see what we get. All right, let's look at the... I'm going to pull up the sheet that we did yesterday with all the wild guys. We're using the same gear, the Enlightenment gear. So whatever damage she gets here, we can compare it to that damage that they have. Like if she gets 3 million, we can compare it to Casper's damage with Alfie and Felicity. If she gets 2 million, we can compare it to Felicity's damage, 2.2 million, something like that. But I don't know if we're getting up enough poisons before she ultimates. So we're only getting 16? I don't know, it's kind of sad because we're relying, we put so much enlightenment on her, so we're only relying on her one hit ultimate. That's it. It's nowhere near as cool as Jathalea. I don't know why she clears them. I don't like that she clears the poisons. Lothair is just such a better, like a better made hero. It just functions so much better. Yeah, we're only getting up 16 each time, which isn't enough. Who's going to be live on the server in 2 days? Don't we have 2.5 days? Oh, before the boss is live on the server. Yeah, you're right. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to tell you. I guess they said, you know what? We're not going to let people test it. We're just going to have them go live on the live server. Do you think they need an update? Do they need a full update for that or what? I don't know. You're right. That is crazy. I think it's 2.5 days. Exactly 2.5 days before that boss. Before it goes live for me too. For my server. Probably you're on my server too. Or we're on the same server. That's mind-blowing. You're right. Okay, only 14 stacks there. So she's only hitting for 141,000. Maybe 160,000. It's not, I don't think it's that great. We have other people that can hit more. I don't know. She's already at 2.1 million. That's it. So in this type of team, she's only getting in the damage of a little bit more than Felicity. Oh, let me duplicate this. Duplicate, yeah. So this is Jathalea, and she's with whatever these guys' names are. I can't remember. She pulled in 2.429260 with eyeball. And she is rocking 200 and something. 200. What's her enlightenment?
Father Nuverse, when will our prayers be answered?
Enlightenment. What are we looking at? Enlightenment 295? That's good without the artifact. Once we slap an artifact on, it's going to be a lot. 295 enlightenment with the eyeball on, and she's with... Now, with her, it's all about who can put up the most poisons. Really, we just need them to throw up so much and then dinch. So who else do you think we can start bringing in? That was the rare testing. Let's bring in some legendaries that can obviously apply a lot more poisons within that same time frame, hopefully. There's no other rares that I think that we even need to worry about trying to apply poison, because level. Can I hit rare? Okay, rare is her. She's no good to apply a lot of poisons. Obviously, this common's not going to be coming in here and applying a lot of poisons. And the other rare is Eli. He's not applying a lot. These are the only two options we have if you pulled her and you didn't have anybody else on your team. Anybody else on your roster. So say we did have something else on our roster, like an epic. This guy hits 5 times. Strikes enemies within range 5 times. Each time with a 70. So we could raise this to almost 100% chance to apply a poison 5 times. But this dagger bounces 5 times. We're not going to get any bounce. So that would be 5, 6. But I'm sure Dinch does far more than that. But it might be good to play with Dinch, because he does 5 and then he does 2. Okay, let's see if we get more.
Oh, this one's up to no good. Come on. I'll pour you a drink and you can tell me all about it.
Do I have? Yeah, I do. But only if we put the same artifact that Dinch has on it. We can't do that on 2 guys. Actually, this isn't probably going to do better, because I need 2 of these artifacts that increase our chance to apply a debuff. We can get a generic one down here where it says increase the wearer success rate. But if the rest of our team is doing such crappy damage, then that's not good, right? If we just got one person doing a nuke that isn't even like that awesome of a nuke, then overall our team's going to be garbage. Like the whole team damage is going to be garbage. Anybody use Jathalea out there? And in what way do you use her? Like a practical way? We're not going to use her against the Vortex boss, because the whole team really would not do a lot of damage. We could use Lothair against the Vortex boss because he does so much damage. It's like one of those real exclusives that do 80% of your overall damage, which is fine. This girl doesn't look like she's going to do that. She doesn't seem like that's going to happen at all. Put this on him for accuracy, and then he's got enough skill haste to do anything we need. And try to make an account, but it only shows 1 server? Yeah, that's right. You'll jump on that 1 server. That's correct. We don't have a way yet for you to jump onto the newest server, but I guarantee they're working on that, to the newest season. But I guarantee they're working on that. So go ahead and start playing Season 1, because it's amazing. They've done a lot of changes to Season 1 to make any aspect of the game is so much better. Like, it's all so much better. So by the time you're done with that Season 1, in the next 3 months, my wish, my prayer and my wish is that everybody's going to be on the same season after that they're working on that. So I would go ahead and start. You got a cool, fun journey ahead. You got a lot of rewards coming to you. They made the new player experience awesome. So go ahead and join that 1 server, and then by the time you're done with that Season 1 stuff and all the new stuff comes out for this game, I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to play all together on the same kind of same season with the same things going on, same banners, same heroes, same equipment, all that. What do I miss out on? You don't miss out on anything. I mean, you've got no other option. You don't miss out on anything. You would go from Season 1 to Season 2 to Season 3 to Season 4. You're not going to miss out on a thing. Yeah, see if you like it. I guarantee you'll like it. Go ahead and try it out. It's free to play, right? It just costs you a little bit of time. Try it for 30 minutes. Try it for... Don't do it before you go to bed, because then you'll be stuck, like, not getting a lot of sleep. You know how it is. It doesn't matter what game I play. If somebody tells me, because Halp tells me a lot of times in his Discord, Stu, try out this new game. It's usually when it's late at night. It's like 11 p.m. I'm laying in bed. I've got my tablet. And if I start playing that game, I don't go to bed until 3 a.m. or something. So it's not good. It's never good. Okay, let's run this. Sorry, I was taking care of some stuff over here on the side. All right, done with that. Let's go. See if we can increase her damage. If we can increase the stacks we're getting before she ults. I don't know that we are. 14, that's like what we were, same thing as before. 14 stacks. And we were using 2 rares then. $15, 16 stacks. One just fell off. Oh, well, we're about to get some more though before the boss hits. Okay, this could be good. Okay, these two look like they're giving us a few more stacks. But the rat only has a 75% chance when he does his ultimate. We did skill him, right? Didn't we? Yeah, great, man. I mean, if you're looking for a game to play and you're looking for something that's actually like really good and fun mechanics, it's going to be different than what you've played before. I guarantee you'll like it. I have never heard anybody say that they didn't enjoy start playing this game. I've only heard people say that they get bored of it once we go into season to season to season, because we're not as a community playing on the same season and there's not a lot going on. And that's what they're working on. I mean, that's why this company was purchased, right? This company was purchased to make it really profitable, to go in here and make it the best game it can be. By a company that's got a massive amount of money, billions of dollars, tons of experience in the gacha gaming market, and lots of games. So we just need a little more time. Same thing with Raid Shadow Legends and all those games when we first started playing them. Like when we first started playing Raid had no pity system at all. Raid had no events going on. Raid didn't even have, like, global launch made me the maddest with the Raid Shadow Legends because Raid didn't even have 6-star gear. And it said that it dropped 6-star gear. It was 4 to 5-star gear. And I was like, why would I farm gear right now or spend any kind of money to get stamina to farm gear when I know in just a little while you're going to flip a switch and have 6-star gear inside the game soon. So it takes time, basically. It takes time right now for them to get everything together. I think we're doing a little bit more damage, but not much more. But I can see 21 stacks, so we're definitely getting more stacks sometimes if those will stay up. Yeah, 192. Almost 200,000 on that hit. Although one hit of 200,000 is really, I don't think is that massive. I take it back. I think it is. I think it's pretty good. Compared to the damage, like if we compare this to the other wild damage that we have from other heroes, I guess it's pretty good. But, if we put it in a team comp, Dinch is doing no damage because it's poison proc base for Dinch. So he's not really doing any damage because those poison ticks do nothing. And then this guy over here, this rat, isn't going to do a lot of damage either. So overall, like, what's the point of Jathalea? Is that her name? Isn't her name Jathalea? It's not Jathalea, is it? Inch. And whatever this guy's name is. So I believe it's a little misleading on what her damage is. And I've also never seen this girl in a Vortex team. Any quick player tips? You'll have new heroes right away. You'll have 6 days to where you can reset all of the heroes. So just have fun. For the first 6 days, have fun. Level up any hero you want because 1,000 times you could take all your heroes back down to level 1. You can try out whatever you want for the first 6 days. And then every day you could take 1,000 heroes and keep leveling them back down to 1, level them back up. It'll show you that. And then you're just sitting there experimenting with everything. And it's pretty straightforward. Like the first starting part is very straightforward. You just need to let us know what heroes you get. If you pull a legendary, ask us about the legendary. And if you pull an epic, let us know what epic you get as well. Whether those are good or not, who knows? Hopefully you get something good because you get a lot of summons. Like you get so many summons now. So I know you're going to get something. You're going to get something good. It wasn't like that when we started playing. Now it's awesome. Shink, that's what it is. Okay, so we brought the damage up from 2.4 million to 2.56 million. And Shink's in here trying to give us some more poisons applied when she does her ultimate. Now, before I start bringing more heroes that apply more poisons, let me go ahead and change her into some attack gear.
There is no greater eternity.
Now, it is derivative damage. We know it's derivative damage that she does for this big explosion. But let's throw on this gear here that's on Total Nan. Let's take away this enlightenment and go attack with crit rate. an attack with crit right here. Is that what she has? Okay. So she's crit capped. And she's got a lot more attack now.
Father Nithor
So she's not going to get a big hit. This derivative damage. So that hit on... on that explosion part of her ultimate is not going to be as big. But she's going to do more damage overall with all her other attacks.
Surge on the forest.
So you only hit for 56,000 there, and we had, I don't know how many stacks. Wasn't quite 20 stacks, but it was much lower derivative damage. But overall, she's hitting harder with all her other moves. So I'm just trying to test it out really quick, because sometimes you never know. I know we know we would go high enlightenment with Flora, but when you read Flora, it doesn't look like that until you actually play her and see how she works. Then you're like, yes, high enlightenment blows it all away. Poison looks fun. I do. I love poison too. We all do when we first start playing. We all love summons when we first start playing, but then we realize once you play that poisons and summons and a lot of these things are not good. This is what we need. We need balancing. We need them to go, like, there's a lot of things we need, and balancing is one of the big ones.
Forest creatures.
Because really nobody uses any of these poison heroes. They only use Lothair, maybe this girl right here, and maybe Vakana. But Vakana's very hard to play.
Surge on.
And it looks like this girl's hard to play too, because she's taking away all her poisons. But to balance her, like to balance this girl right here, would be to not take away the poisons. I think that that would be smart.
Surge, forest creatures.
So she's going to do less, I think. Definitely less. It doesn't look like it's a crazy amount less. There's 20 stacks. Oh, we just missed it. Oh, there's 21 stacks. Nice. What are we going to get? 91,000. Usually that'd be like 200,000. Because we're not doing enlightenment anymore. What element is generally the best? Well, you have two elements that you play together. There is no one element that's the best. When you're first starting out right now in season 1, there's a lot of good stuff with fire, especially if you get a Dolphus, but there's a lot of good stuff with Sigrid right down there. There's good heroes with poison. You get to mix and match elements, so that's the good thing about it. You don't have to worry about, hey, I'm just going to play one element or two elements that go together. Right now, for a long time, for like your first 30 days, you play whatever's the strongest hero that you get. Don't worry too much about matching anything. The first 30 days, you're just going to play the strongest heroes you pull. Let me see who's here. Hold on one second. $1.9 million. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Again, we're not getting. I mean, I feel like at 21 stacks of poisons is pretty good. It's not quite 40 stacks, but it's not bad what we were getting on her. 1.9. But definitely more with enlightenment, right? Now we're going to increase that enlightenment too and take away the eyeball and see if we get better results. Am I spelling her name right? I'm spelling it with a E, T-H-E instead of A. A. All right, 295 enlightenment here. Yeah, I guess I really don't see a lot of people playing her. And when you have legendaries that people get and they really don't play them that often because they're too hard to work around, then thanks for all your videos. Hey man, Night Warden, appreciate that. First time chatter. Thanks for hanging out with us. Ron's in the house. Current synergy. Yeah, it does depend, especially later on in the season. It depends on the support you have with the DPSers you're using. Having better support means that you can last longer, do more damage, so it just really depends on what kind of support you got. Hey man, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I hope you're enjoying the game. I hope it makes it so you can enjoy it more and not have to fret so much, you know? Not have to stress so much over different encounters and things like that. Still make it challenging and fun, but at least you have a better idea of maybe what's going on with that encounter. Eyeball. Now this is with the attack gear. This was full on. What gear was this set? This was test set 1, right?
There is no greater eternity than the grand cycle.
Set 1 with all attack on her, and that's what we got. And this is with Dinch. We're just trying out some poison stuff today. If you're just joining us, I've never played with her before, and I'm trying to see if we can make her functional. We did Lothair, and Lothair is amazing because he's Lothair, right? But her and Vakana are very hard to play, very hard to make work. And then even if we can get her to do damage, I feel like the rest of the team's going to suffer so much. Like they're not going to do a lot of damage, so it's not going to be worth playing her. And I don't really hear of anybody utilizing her for anything. All right, so let's go back to the enlightenment damage. We know what that hits for. And we're getting 20% though. Like this is giving us attack plus it's giving us 20% on that derivative damage when she hits with her ultimate. So now we're going to switch over to, we don't need to do statue. Is there any other? She's not getting massive damage. She's not getting damage from a poison, from a passive. Critical damage is going to do no good for us. I don't think there's any other epic artifact that's going to work for her. The ink is going to make her do less damage. I guarantee it. It says 35% critical damage, derivative damage. I mean, we're getting 20% here, and she's able to crit at least. Even though her crit rate's still decent. Enlightenment. I thought it was 295 enlightenment. Yeah, it was 295 enlightenment. We had enlightenment here. Damn it, which one was it? I think it was this one. And then we had, that was it, 295. Okay, there it is, exactly 295 enlightenment. I'll try the ink. All right, with this team before we got 2.5 million with 295 enlightenment. Let's see if this really helps. I mean, we're getting 15% more damage on one hit that she does right here, but she can't crit. No more crits. I don't think this is really going to help us out. Does her bonus damage from ultimate crit? No, it says derivative damage. Anything that says derivative damage cannot crit. And derivative damage is increased by your attack, and it's increased by enlightenment. But no crits. It'll just be this white number here. Well, we'll see. You'll see it when she does her ultimate. There's a lot of people not critting right now that are attacking, so you see a lot of white numbers. But when she comes to cast her ultimate, we got 20 stacks up. That's good. There we go. Boom. 183,000. So I don't think her getting 15% additional damage on that one exact hit and then not critting at all is going to increase her overall damage. I don't think that's going to help.
Have a taste of poison.
Surge, forest creatures.
Okay. Curious what you can do with Durango? Twitch does good damage. Twitch can do some good damage. Durango, though, like nobody uses Durango. I've had Durango on my account, my main account, since forever. He was kind of one of the first legendaries I pulled. He needs attack. He needs crit rate. He needs, or could use not really. You don't even need enlightenment on him. Because, again, the stacks of poison. Like, you see the stacks of poison that are up right now? When they tick, they only do 23,000 damage. What the company really needs to do is increase that poison stack. So that then we're not relying on a legendary to explode those poisons. We can actually use other heroes to get poison stacks up. And when they tick, it actually does something. I want to be able to put, you know, all games we play, Summoner's War, Raid Shadow Legends, I don't know, so many games that I play, poisons actually matter. You put a poison on somebody and it does something. You get to see that damage. Do you do poisons in Raid on the, and burns on the clan boss and you see the damage, right? Here, poisons are nothing. It's just something to put up to help somebody else out who can blow it up or do more damage if they're there. Like they do more damage, not the poisons actually do more damage. So that's kind of like a, yeah, we got less. We went from 2.568 to 2,262,000. Oh, I'm doing this in the wrong spot. Ink. Okay. It's huge difference, right? Yeah, that Poison's how as a free to play. Well, I don't know about it. I don't think I was ever free to play, but starting out in Summoner's War when I wasn't really strong years and years ago, going up through the tower, all I did was stun everyone, knock back their gauge, and I just kept stunning and knockbacking their gauge, and I just stacked poisons and slowly beat each wave with a poison. Once it got hard to where I couldn't really do much damage, all I could do was control and put up poisons and try to make it through like that. Then later on, once my account got strong, I didn't have to do that so much, but yeah. Poison usually is pretty damn cool. Well, in any game I've played, poison is cool. Poison is actually really cool. All right, so ink is not the way to go as well. And I think that's it for epic. We could throw on this just to see if 90 enlightenment would do anything, but I guarantee 20%. Yeah, it's not going to. 90 enlightenment compared to all this attack and then 20% additional bonus damage for her. This gives us more shields, but we don't have really anything else. Let's go over to enlightenment. You know, we need to wait a few more seasons till we get new epic artifacts that have enlightenment plus attack. And again, if we can get another epic artifact with a little bit of skill haste on it, that would be amazing. That'd help everybody out. Because this season for this Rascal Slingshot is great. And this one right here is awesome too. They did a really good job with season 3 artifacts. These are season 2 artifacts right here. This one. Nobody uses this from season 2 and nobody uses this from season 2. They were terrible. I guess I'll put her on this and just see.
When will our
Might as well. This is testing. This is what we got to do. The main pain point for poison, you need accuracy. Yes. Any debuff that you're going to apply, you got to have accuracy. Unless it's one that has like a gold border is what I've seen. Although that shouldn't be true. But if you have something that can't be removed, I haven't had to use accuracy for it. And it's got a gold border around it. But you probably won't have to worry about that. Any debuff you want to do though, you're going to need accuracy. Any crowd control you're going to do, you're going to need accuracy. If you want to stun somebody's, if you want to knock back their ultimate gauge, if you want to decrease defense, put up poisons, block their buffs, all that kind of stuff, remove their buffs, you need accuracy for it. Poison is your friend? Yeah, in a lot of dungeons like that, poison's your friend. Even going through raid, a lot of dungeons where we wanted to use poison. And that dragon too, for raid, poison, for sure. Applier? Eli doesn't apply poisons. He only does it on his battle skill and he only applies one. Eli applies enough poison to just have a poison up so that when Eli does damage, he can get that additional derivative damage, which is very small. And you don't even build Eli with enlightenment. You just build him full attack, crit rate, critical damage like you do normal heroes. So his ultimate doesn't need accuracy anymore? Or you can have Twitch 5 times inspired? Is that what it says? For his 5th inspiration, is it a little bit of accuracy or does it say you no longer need it? Like it always gets applied. Really? I feel like I gotta sneeze. Hold on. Oh, it's tricked. Yeah, Night Warden. Unfortunately, Eli is not like someone to apply poisons. He doesn't really apply a lot of poisons. 20 stacks is pretty good what we're getting right here, and she just hit it 18 stacks. This is just the tiara, right? Which you wouldn't want to put on her. We were just doing it just to do it, you know, just to get that additional 90-something enlightenment, just to see what would happen. Now we're going to go to the legendary artifacts to where we do have enlightenment, we do have attack, plus there's poison artifacts that work really well with this, so we can bring up her damage quite a bit. We can actually see some good results. Tiara. All right.
Do not try to
What do we have for legendary? We've got 2 poison specific ones here that gives us enlightenment attack. When the hero deals damage on the enemy, each stack of debuff on the enemy grants 1.5% damage, which on Lothair, this is amazing. It's almost as good as his exclusive artifact, what we found out. What's the other one? What is, and I know we have it leveled up because we would have tested it on Lothair already. Here it is. When the wearer, we got enlightenment and attack on that as well. When the wearer successfully inflicts poison on the enemy, trigger poison explosion. I don't think that's going to be great. She's not applying a lot of poisons. We're just trying to activate. We'll use this one first. Is there any other kind of attack? Oh, there's this. Dealt by the wearer, derivative damage based on the distance between the wearer and the enemy is increased by 7%. Let's go with the fan.
There is no greater eternity than
And we want to be 4 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to be 4 away. I think that's the furthest we can get from the Vortex boss. Now what I want to do is like build a real team around her and take her into Grave of Curse. Grave of Venom, she can't do anything. She's going to get beat down by the Harpy, and she's not really going to do a lot of damage to, like, fast to the wisps, right? She might be able to blow up one wisp once it has some poisons on it, but there are a million other teams you would take in there that would beat down Grave of Venom much faster. Right? I mean, we've got so many speed teams there. Like a nice rally team will go in there and do some legendary rallies. We'll go in there and do AoE damage. You can bring in Sigrid in there and get debuffs up on everyone and hit everybody with Sigrid, decrease attack with them as well with a slingshot on for more accuracy and more damage. If it was a chief challenge, sure. If it's the in-game boss, yeah. I could see us using her in there to get our 22 million. And I don't believe this move is AoE, right? I think it's single target, her ultimate that she's doing. If it was AoE, it'd be really, really cool. Let me check it. Here we go, 20 stacks. 228,000. She's pulling in some nice damage with the fan. We got that increased attack percentage, plus the difference in range. We're getting additional damage there, even on that derivative damage hit. She's already at 2.2. The highest we've gotten so far is 2.5 with this same exact team with the eyeball on. So we're just gonna get the same damage as the eyeball. I'm telling you, it's so weird. Like, we test the eyeball on so many heroes. The eyeball is so strong when it comes to derivative damage dealers, because it just increases. Like, their main derivative damage is usually their ultimate. So for Flora, the eyeball blew away a lot of other artifacts, a lot of legendary artifacts. And right now you can see the eyeball. Okay, it's doing less. The eyeball did 2.5. This is doing 2.8. So this is quite a bit better. Which is nice because it's legendary. You'd expect it to be expect it to be a little bit better, you know? Fan.
Do not try to
Okay, what was the other one we had?
My eyes aren't the only ones watching.
Enlightenment? What is that? Oh, that's Lothair's one. Okay. What is this? When the wearer heals, we don't need a heal one. We don't need a heal one. This one's for shields. Increases the hero's effect granted by the wearer. Healing effect granted by the wearer. Okay, we don't need that. All right, let's try this one out. I don't think this one's going to do very well because she's not even applying a lot of poisons. But maybe it'll surprise us. We do have enlightenment and attack on this, so we're up to 415. She does do poisons here, right? On this ability. Each dealing damage with a 100% chance to inflict one poison for 15 seconds, and then she gains enlightenment. Okay, let's see. Maybe this will surprise us. Boomerang's the best one for Twitch with all the poisons that he applies. And all that enlightenment, right? We definitely want some enlightenment on Twitch. He gets such an increased bonus with enlightenment. So where are we going to see that artifact she has on right now really take effect? Only on her battle skill?
Have a taste of poison.
I can't tell. It's going to be her battle skill because that's where she doesn't apply poisons on her ultimate. I don't know how good this is going to be. I don't think it's not going to give us a lot of damage, right? This is really low. If we're at 1 minute in already and we only have 600,000. Now that went up to 720. So this could be 2.3 million probably. Which is far less than everything else we've tested. It's right there with ink. How come? Oh, that's with the attack set. That's why. No enlightenment. Okay. Do you remember what rank should I need to have what? Chief? Oh, I have no idea. Didn't people say you could be top 100? Or top 50? Maybe it was top 50. What rank are you? Top 40? Oh, okay, here you go. Okay, top 40 is free to play every week. Yeah, I don't know because I did summons. Like right when the event started, I had summons and I just wanted to, I was just antsy to do some summons. I wanted to see what we could pull. So I just did summons, so I didn't have to worry about it. Since I did so many summons, whatever I did throughout the 4 weeks, I was going to get her. Yep, there's the amount. We knew it would be 2.2. I said 2.3. This is 2.29, so pretty close. And this was with the boomerang, right? This thing isn't any good. The boomerang's... We need somebody to... Like, this boomerang might be cool on Dinch. If we have a crazy amount of stacks, and then he's sitting there. When the wearer successfully inflicts poison on the enemy, there's a 60% chance to trigger a poison explosion. But only once every 6 seconds. What kind of damage do you see from this? We should see like a poison explosion number, correct? That's a weird artifact. So what if I had it? How can I even see what happens with this? Where's Boomerang? It's going to happen to him right away because he's going to apply a poison, right? Are they the first time? So 6 seconds, every 6 seconds, whenever. I think there was an explosion, right? Didn't you see some kind of explosion? I don't know. We'll see if it goes up. When we test out Twitch, we'll see if it goes up. I just can't tell what's happening.
The Blue Oak will bless all of my expeditions.
Who was the other one? This guy.
Oh, this one's up to no good.
I'm still not used to the brightness above ground after all this time.
All right, so now we've got just 2 more. Like Boomerang wasn't great at all. We would definitely not use Boomerang on her. She's not doing a lot of poisons herself. She's just trying to explode them. So we only have 1 more, don't we? Like this is the last artifact? I think that's it. There's no other artifact that would really work with her. But this one should do pretty well. We get Enlightenment, we get Attack. Whenever the wearer deals damage to enemies, each stack of debuff on the enemy grants damage. Up to 20 stacks, which is good because we're getting up to 20 stacks. So we can actually max out our damage on that. I mean, she's not always hitting with 20 stacks, but sometimes. Somewhere around there. Season 1 free-to-play account? Me? I didn't keep playing a free-to-one season account. What are you talking about? I played that thing for 3 days only. I never said I was going to keep playing that. I'm not going to play Season 1 and then Season 2 and then Season 3 over again. What? I will play a brand new account when we can take that account and go into the newest season. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to play a new account. When we can take that account into the newest season, when they fixed everything with seasons, then I'll play a brand new account. I'll do my normal account, and then I'll do a free-to-play account progression, and each season I'll start a brand new account. 10 legendaries? Yeah, I mean, for what am I going to do with that? What videos am I going to make on that? Hey guys, check out Season 1. I got all this stuff. Sorry everybody on Season 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. And what are you going to do when you go from Season 1 into Season 2 and there's no mythic gear and there's no more cool artifacts where you do more damage on the Vortex boss or more damage on Goblin Explosion, or now you're going from 20 stages of Fae to 200 stages of Fae to 180 stages of Fae? Right? Don't you think we need to have that fixed before you get into Season 2, right? Like that should be #1 priority right now. Making sure that we're all on the same season together and everything is squared away. We're all doing the same Fae. We're all doing the same. Or like next season, you go into do Venom, and Venom's only got 12 stages or 9. You got 12 before. You're so used to that. I think it's kind of weird how they came out with Season 1, and then we haven't heard anything else about it. As far as like, I think it's odd that they made that move. I don't think it was wrong of them to make Season 1 better, but I think it's odd that they made that move to make Season 1 the way it is, and then people are transitioning into Season 2. I think it was a little premature, right, to come out with that and not have everything ready to go for all the seasons. I don't think that made a lot of sense. No, I haven't. What's going on? I honestly haven't seen anybody else's video except for Van Horn's video yesterday. I don't watch people's videos. Only videos I watch on YouTube are entertainment stuff, movie reviews. I watch a lot of comedy stuff. That's it. But I don't watch game stuff. Any game stuff I watch on YouTube will be like, oh, this is a new game coming out. And then I skip to where it's the actual gameplay. I look at it for like a second and then I close the video. In 2 weeks, I used 105 dice. Nice. Yeah, 105 in 2 weeks, man. It's free to play. Oh, you meant Van Horn? Yeah, I did watch Van Horn's video and I commented on that one. I did watch it. It made a lot of sense, you know? Okay, so this one pulled in the most damage, which is what we thought was going to happen. And this is all we had. There's no other artifact to use. This artifact seems pretty damn legit for any kind of poison person, if we can find some really good poison people. Although you said Boomerang works well on Twitch, so we'll have to try that out. Statue of the Serpent. I'm just going to say deity. Serpent. If I put statue, I'll think it's the other statue. Okay, so we know with her, I mean, we were just getting an idea of what artifact was working the best with her and then how many stacks we could get up and really just her functionality, right? We weren't... Eyeball is fine with her doing Enlightenment. Eyeball's great. 2.5 million with Shink and Dinch. It's far more than Ink. Obviously, it's more than Tiara because Tiara doesn't do much. It is not as much as Fan, 2.5 to 2.8, but I don't think that that's that much different, but it is because later on we'll be doing far more damage and we'll be fighting much longer than 3 minutes like we're doing right now on this test dummy. So that difference in damage is going to be quite a lot, 2.5 to 2.8. Boomerang for sure we're not going to use on her, and then Serpent is pretty damn sweet. So Serpent or Fan. Oh, Fan does the same as Serpent. It looks 2.8, 2.8. We'd have to test that on the Vortex boss, like Vortex boss 4 with a real team. Bye, everyone. You're going? Okay, Ron. Take care, man. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. You got to go to work now? Have a good work. Hopefully it'll go by fast. All right. So now that we have... Man, I don't feel like... If we look at these damage numbers compared to Wild, 2.8 with the Fan and 2.8. Well, let's go with the Eyeball. 2.5 with Eyeball. We got a lot of eyeballs in here. It's not Casper damage, but the team we're bringing with Casper with Alfie and Felicity, they can actually do damage. Alfie and Felicity will actually do damage, whereas the team we're bringing with her right now, Dench and Shink, aren't going to do any kind of damage. 2.5 million. Erich is doing 1.6, but he's got Total Nan and Thea, so they're doing damage themselves. All right, let me look at what Dench can do just by himself. Like, what kind of damage can this guy do? So say I left him with this artifact first. We put him in the Enlightenment set right now that she's got on. That's the Jathalea gear. Let's get her rune. And we really can't use this rune because he needs Enlightenment, but he's got plenty. Or he needs accuracy, but we've got plenty. And we're going to use this right now just to see. This gives him a 100% chance to apply the poison debuff, and we need accuracy, so this is not bad. It's not going to really enhance his damage, but it's not bad. I mean, it should enhance his damage if we're applying more poisons, right? Oh, she's going to remove poisons. Hold up. We wouldn't necessarily play him with her. Obviously, they're removing all those poisons. We would play him with her, yes, to enhance her, to make her do a lot of damage, yes. But if we just want to see what Dench can do, we would just bring in like anybody. Doesn't matter. We could bring him in solo, honestly. He doesn't need anybody else. And right now he's at 295 enlightenment. And then later on when we slap an artifact on him, he'll be up at 400 or over 400 with a legendary enlightenment artifact.
A taste of poison. You are my prey of the day.
Look at this damage. Poison is so sad. Look at this damage. It's not your fault, Dinch. It's really not your fault, buddy.
Have a taste of poison.
Dinch. 295 enlightenment. He's gonna pull in. He's not even gonna pull in 1,000,000. I've never seen anybody not pull in 1,000,000 so far. I think the lowest we've seen is 1.2 million, or right at 1 million when we didn't have anybody in our wild team to help out. Like when we brought Foley in. She's the one that does multiple wild procs on her ultimate. She can do 3. She only has a 30% chance to do an additional hit, but her ultimate hits like really low numbers. So we need to get that wild proc in there. When we played her without Alfie increasing the wild proc chance, she went down to 1 million. She was like the lowest damage dealer we had. When we played her with Alfie, she went up to what? 1.5 million. And now we're gonna have Dinch not even reach 1,000,000. That's low. That's low numbers. This is where we need poison stacks to actually do something. That's Shink. Yeah, Shink's in here. What's going on? Oreos, how you doing, man? That's Shink. Shink actually does have 5 hits to apply poisons. He's got 5 hits at a 75% chance to apply 5 poisons on his ultimate, and then he can apply a few more on his battle skill, right? Or at least 2 more on the battle skill. Yeah, weren't you, Oreos, weren't you asking about poison heroes yesterday? Didn't you say something about it? 1 on his battle skill. Yeah, didn't you ask something about it, Oreos? Shink is a Lego? No, no, no. Is he? I don't think so. Yeah. If there's somebody to bounce from, then it'd be much better. We'd get a lot of poisons up if we could bounce. Like if there were 2 targets and they could bounce between the 2, I think we'd get a lot more up. So Dinch actually broke 1,000,000. Wow, good on you, buddy. Good on you. Let's see if we can get some more damage from him if we put him in a better artifact, like the eyeball. Instead of this Fang. But he's only going to have an 80% chance to apply, but I'm sure with the increased damage.
Let me see.
And we could put him in the ink too, right? After this? Yeah, we'll put him in ink next. I think he might actually, this guy might actually do okay with ink. Derivative damage. 295 enlightenment. You need a better poison team? Everybody needs a better poison team. There is not a better poison team unless we can find out something amazing here while we do this testing with Horus. Are you trying to get a better single target poison team, or for like a chief challenge in the, or AoE poison team for an in-game boss? What are we trying to do here? Oh, Meteor Storm's off? All right, buddy. Chief challenges? Well, chief challenges, as far as a poison team goes, what we normally go with is Eli and Sigrid. It's not an actual poison appliers. They're just part of the poison element, right? We're not worried about a poison debuff. I'm trying to see what's going on with poison debuff with getting damage. Doing something, right? Poison needs help. Standard poison team for season 1, we don't. There's none. Nobody uses poison unless you pull Lothair. Then to do like as a poison team, like poison element, you would bring in Eli, you'd bring in Sigrid. Eli for decreased defense, put him in the artifact, the crown, that lets you get decreased defense per hit. You'd have Eli in there with that, because he does good damage with crit rate, critical damage. And then you'd have Sigrid in there to apply debuffs, and you bring in somebody else to apply a lot of debuffs, like Latalis is a rare, or Eli, Hexandra, yeah, Furbath, Hexandra, Eli, Sigrid, Latalis. Yeah, that'd be great. Latalis knocks back the ultimate gauge on his battle skill. Latalis puts up a lot of debuffs, decrease attack along with heal block for Sigrid so she can hit the whole entire board. If anybody dies with those debuffs up, Sigrid's going to get a boost. She applies, you know, heal block along with decreased attack as well. That's what everybody uses. Yeah, and you'll get usually with that kind of team, you'll get 22. Well, I don't know if you get 22 million. You should, especially at the end of the month, the end of the second month. You should with that team. I'm pretty sure that's the team I used last month. Licinia? Oh, Licinia, you could do that too. You just gotta, like, no tank with Licinia. Licinia actually wasn't that bad because all you had to do is have no melee. Everybody ranged, and then she couldn't do any damage to you. Like the 2 battle skills she had, she would only do damage on the ultimate, and then you have people set up to where 2 people are being hit by that. The rest of your 3 are spread out, and you just fight her completely with ranged heroes, and it was easy. It was actually really easy. Like, the damage she put out was nothing. Who? Ajijibibi? Dejujul? Who is Dejujul? So we increased his damage by 200,000. And this is with eyeball, right? Eyeball. The rare poison guy, he's actually a pretty good damage dealer, but he's melee. So if you're gonna do don't do him with Licinia. Anywhere else though, he's not bad. This guy's pretty good when it comes to the D&D collaboration stuff. He's got a 100% chance to apply 3 stacks of poison, and he does damage. But we're not trying to build him to do poison. Like, you're not going to build this guy with enlightenment. You want those poisons up so he can ignore some defense, but other than that, you're not. Again, poison stacks do no damage. It doesn't matter how you play it, how you want to do it. Actually applying a poison debuff that does that green damage for anybody is garbage. It's only the people that take. It's just like burns. You know, you have burns if you're in season 2. Was burn season 2 or season 3? Season 2, right? If you have burns, the burn debuff doesn't do anything. But if you have Horatius the Epic, that for every burn that's up, you get additional damage when he does his ultimate. Then you want a lot of burns up so that he can do a lot of damage. Or if you have the exclusive Ash, same thing with him. All the burns that are out there, he'll absorb those. Or for every burn out there, he does like way more damage on his ultimate. But the actual debuff burn, the actual debuff poison, the damage is negligible. It's sad. It's pretty sad. That's the reason why they need to, you know, buff poison here, or get us some more poison heroes that can actually utilize poison. That's always been the problem. So Durango, we used the eyeball. That's why I'm saying that when we look at Jathalea and we look at the numbers that Jathalea is doing, yeah, it's okay that she's doing 2.5 million with eyeball or 2.8 million with fan, and then we can compare that to the same gear that we're using on our wild heroes. But our wild heroes are with 2 other people that are usually going to do some great damage. She's with somebody like Dench, and he's not going to do great damage. So she's going to have to be with 2 other legendaries. Jathalea's going to have to be paired with Twitch or somebody like that to get poison stacks up and that can actually do damage with her. Otherwise, it won't make sense. It won't make sense to use her unless we can get that one-shot kill, if that's possible. If we can go into Grave of Curse, and we'll try it out. If we can go into Grave of Curse and just blow him up in one shot, get 40 stacks up, and he's dead, then it could be cool. But outside of that, I don't know. I don't know if I haven't seen anybody use her. What is this? Him? Okay, we're gonna use this shit increases his overall damage by a little bit. Use it 2.2 million with eyeball, 1 million with fang. This should increase it a bit. Yeah, to get some damage and put up some poisons. We can use him too. We could use those 2 together, and we'd actually have 2 actual damage dealers and poisons. And poisons for her. Kelvin, have you ever played her before on any kind of dungeon to try to speed run through it? I'm asking everybody in here if they've played her, but nobody's been playing her. Anybody try to play her yet? She does look cool, but I mean, she just doesn't seem like she's viable because she removes the poison stacks. Lothair doesn't remove the poison stacks, so it's awesome. Durango Jat? Yeah, yeah. Well, so what are you doing with them? Just chief challenges. Like a chief challenge shows up, you do it for that. For takes 100% additional damage by poison. Have you tried using them in Grave of Curse to get as much, to get 40 stacks up and then have her nuke the boss? I don't even know if that's possible. I could swear that somebody said they did that in season 1 for 15, 16 second runs. Now I know they do it with Lothair. Definitely they do it with Lothair. 16 seconds, 18 second runs. I'm pretty sure she can do the same thing.
A taste of poison. You are my prey of the day.
Yeah, just chief challenges. I mean, that's what we do with a lot of heroes that just aren't that great, right? Heroes that aren't that great, we just say, okay, yeah, this boss, let's throw it in there against the chief challenge.
Have a taste of poison. You are my prey of the day.
Then we don't use them anywhere else. Like, we're not going to use them Vortex. We're not going to use them Fae. We're not going to use them Pillars. Story mode, we're really not going to use them. I mean, there's just nowhere else we use them. And it's okay to have heroes that we only use for a chief challenge. There's nothing wrong with that.
Taste of poison.
There's really nothing wrong with that, as long as they do really well on chief challenges. I don't agree. Whoa, I don't agree that we should have heroes that we only use them on the in-game boss, we only use them on chief challenges, and they're just mediocre there, and we don't use them anywhere else. I don't think that's good. I think that's why we need constant balancing all the time. All heroes don't need to be good everywhere, but they definitely should have their place. Oh, we can't even see his damage right now. Oh, man, he's pulling in some serious damage right now. What is this, Ink? Oh, yeah, Ink is rocking for our boy here, Dinch.
Taste of poison.
Okay, this isn't bad. Dinch with Ink, with the enlightenment we have on right now, helping out Jathalea, might not be too bad. He's speed ultimate with critical. Durango can apply on dungeon. Yeah, but what dungeon? Where am I going to bring Durango in? I'm not going to really bring him in on a team to go do Harpy. There's just too many options that are much better. Even somebody like her is much better than bringing in that melee hero for Harpy. I don't really need to bring him in really at all on a team for any dungeon. I mean, there's just nowhere. He would be okay because he's got some AoE. He would be pretty good, I guess, against the Firebird. But Ancient Battlefield, I don't need him in there. I just don't see where I wouldn't. Like, there's so many other options you could bring in that are epic heroes that are actually do well for that dungeon. Overcome the mechanics for that dungeon. You're just bringing in Durango just because it's just a damage dealer. There's a million of those, you know? This is not bad, though. I'm actually pretty impressed with Dinch right now. Give me the 1.5 million number. This is what we got with a lot of wild rare heroes. We're getting that with Dinch right now, so he could help out. Yes, well, some of them do. Not all of them do, but yeah, some of them do for sure for dungeons. What else we got? So we're gonna. The Ink was nice. Let's put him into a legendary artifact. I think that's all we've got for passive ability, battle skill increase. We already did Eyeball, and we did the Fang, right, to increase his chance to proc poison. I don't think there's anything else that'll help him out. I haven't been testing people with a sling, so we'll just skip that. Okay, so we've only got Enlightenment. We've got the Fan. We got this bad boy for Explosion to see how that works on him, and then we've got. So only 3. Where'd the Fan go? Fan's all attack. All right, 4 squares away. 1, 2, 3, 4. I bet the Eyeball is gonna do better than. Nah, I don't know about that. The Ink might not do better than this one. Maybe these are gonna be pretty similar though. Yeah, and that's good though, right? It's good that we've got epics that work so well for dungeons, because I don't think dungeons should be where we need legendaries, right? All games make it so we can get through dungeons with rares, epics, and legendaries. Legendaries are just there to make it super easy, and legendaries are there for PvP, and they're there for max damage on leaderboards. But we definitely need to be able to do all the dungeons as free to play. They need to definitely keep that in mind, because they keep enhancing Ancient Battlefield, and I don't agree with this at all. Ancient Battlefield does not need to be enhanced. He was enhanced again this season, which makes no sense. Why does he remove the debuff to block buffs, and then he gets this reduced damage at 25%? Like they keep adding to him, and it really just doesn't make any sense. He's the hardest dungeon to do anyways. You're not making it hard for any whale. They're still gonna blow through that easily. You're not making it hard for any spender. You're only making it hard for free to play. It's pretty sad. I really don't understand why they do that. Why they've been doing that.
Have a taste of poison. You are my prey of the day.
Oh, where's our damage?
Pierce the evil.
He's rocking pretty good damage. This might be... I still think you would go with the ink, because the ink's an epic. You might not have the fan.
You are my prey of the day. Pierce the evil.
But isn't Shink and Dench probably going to do pretty much the same damage? Or Shink could have hit a little bit harder. Because they both have 5 hits. Like, Shink has 5 hits at a 75% chance to apply poison. Dench has 5 hits at an 80% chance to apply poison. And then I think their amount of poisons on their battle skill are the same, I think. It's not hard even for free to play, just longer. It's still hard for free to play. It's always been hard for free to play. The minute you don't get decreased attack up on his ultimate, your whole team just dies. And you can't really control that, because no matter how much accuracy you have, you're still going to fail from time to time to have that up. And then you need to worry about your skill haste to make sure you can stay in rotation with the boss. If you're not going to do skill haste, you got to do... They made it to where you couldn't knock back his ultimate gauge, I think, too, or something, to where it's only like half of that. I mean, they just keep doing a lot of stuff to where it's just not necessary. You want the game to be very free to play, easily friendly, because spenders, it's all about competition. You want leaderboards for all the spenders to compete on. The game is not about being challenging for a dungeon. Not at all. That's not what this game is about. If it was a game to where we could keep our gear from season to season, to where we could keep our heroes leveled from season to season, and we kept getting like better gear and all that, then they could make it to where it was actually, you know, harder content for us to beat. But since it's a seasonal game and we level up our heroes, we level up our gear, we go in there, free to play needs to be able to beat that stuff fairly easily. And then the challenge is to beat other people on leaderboards for everything. And we need to improve on our leaderboards too. We need to improve on... Oh, this is a lot more. So this went from 1.5 to 2 million. Definitely I want to see more leaderboards in the game. All right, let's try Dench with this explosion boomerang. Hello, how you doing? Monster in the house. What's up, my man?
Let me see. Are you a trustworthy
Boomerang.
person?
All right, Dench. Show us some explosions. You're working right now? All right, well, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Whoa, no, free to play are not going to beat leaderboards. That's not the point. Free to play are just there to enjoy the game, make it through the dungeons, get gear, get your free rewards as you play, because you get plenty of gems, you get plenty of this stuff all throughout the season. Other free rewards that come with events. Free to play in any mobile game is just to enjoy it and have a good time. You should never, ever expect to compete on leaderboards, an arena, and things like that as free to play. It's just not going to happen. You should never even assume that you're going to be able to do that. That's kind of silliness. Free to play is just fun. And I think free to play is actually the funnest way to play any of these games, because it makes it a little more challenging. I actually enjoy playing free to play.
You are my prey of the day.
In-boss team. So what are you doing? There's no in-boss. The in-boss hasn't been adjusted yet. It's still broken. The end boss that's going to be coming live on our server for Season 3 in 2.5 days from now is still not updated and fixed on the test server, so we're not able to test it out.
My prey of the day.
When will it be? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not going to ask them and see, because we've been asking them all day long. Yesterday, day before that, everybody's been asking them all sorts of questions, and all we ever get back is, we'll notify you as soon as it's available. That's it. For everything.
Here's the evil.
I've hit 15 times the same for days. Okay, we're talking about. People are talking about in content creator chat making 15 teams and having to hit 15 a day. It'd be okay if we had 10 times speed, I think. We'll nerf the damage reduction. Thing mechanics will be the same. Yeah, but we still need to test that. It doesn't matter what they said. If we don't get it on the test server and actually get to test it, who knows what could happen. We told them that Rook was doing billions more damage than he should have been. They let him go live, and it still wasn't a fix. Rook was not nerfed enough, right? So we need to be able to test these things. It's better for the company, believe me. It's better for any company, especially if you can have free testers. You get all these content creators that will jump on there and have fun with it, then let us jump on there and have fun with it. And it's not like they're doing this on purpose. They're just not able to get it out to us. We told them last week. Now they're trying to get it fixed and trying to get it corrected. And again, it's not like they're not keeping it from us. If they had it available, they would give it to us right away. So we're just waiting to get it. But we need to be able to test it so that hopefully no other bugs came up with it, and that it's also playable. Where was he? 1.7? So not as much at all. This poison explosion thing is not too cool, man. I hope Boomerang actually works on Twitch, because everybody else I tried it on, it's just not working, man. It's not showing us good damage. And I know this one will do well.
Let me see. Are you a trustworthy person?
This one does well on everyone. Yeah, 1.7 with the boomerang, or we could do, I mean, it's a little bit more than ink.
My prey of the
It's definitely more than eyeball. It's definitely more than fangs. So, but it's far less than fan, and I bet boomerang's going to be far less than this one. 15 packs. Well, they need to make it a competition, right? If we're going to do 15 teams, we can't have everybody at the end of the season do 15 teams and then we all get the same points. Like, there's no way to gain rank. So they have to do weekly leaderboards, just like they already do with Chief Challenges for the first month, right? Or the second month. At the 30-day mark to 30-day to 60 days, we're trying to get that legendary hero, but there are leaderboards each week. If there are leaderboards each week in the in-game other world, then it's okay. Then everybody's trying to do as much damage as possible. You're not going to back out at 22 million. All your teams are going to try to do as much damage as possible. And yes, 15 teams are far too much. I agree. Far too much. Nobody's got time for that. We've got lives to live. And now normally a lot of people complain about not having enough time for things, but like, this is for real. This is legitimate. We've got a lot of things to do in the game. They still need to make the end of the season fun and still give us things like tournaments that we have. For some reason, all the tournaments cease to exist at the end of the season, the last month. We no longer have anything that tells us to go into a dungeon and fight it, that gives us those clocks, that tells us to go fight arena. We need to have those. We still need to have those going on. And 15 teams to make and then play daily along with your guild war. Maybe you're doing a guild battle, right? You go in there, you do a few fights, only a couple minutes. You go do your arena, only a few minutes. You go around, do your commissions, only a few minutes. But all this stuff adds up. You've got way more to do than that. You go spend your stamina. It's a lot. And if you're running 15 teams, it does take a long time to run all those teams. Quite a long time. And you want the game to be enjoyable. You don't want it to be pitiful. You know, like Misery, to be able to do all your teams. So yeah, knocking it down to 8 teams would be cool. 8 teams, and then the domains as well as whatever little quest you have out there would be more reasonable. Way more reasonable. It is. And I've been doing 15 a day. And I just like I could watch a whole feature-length movie and finish, like it would take me that long to finish my teams. Yeah. 2.2 mil. There we go. But we would obviously have this artifact on Jathalea if we were playing them together. This is Serpent, right? Serpent. $2.2 mil is actually pretty good with Dinch. Even though it's a cool artifact, that's still pretty damn good for a rare like him. Every team there. Well, that's the thing. If there's competition, you are going to build. Like if you have 8 teams and we've got leaderboards, like legit leaderboards, which we don't have right now, and you're trying to get the most damage as possible, you are then going to critique those 8 teams. Like these 15 teams that I made, I'm not worried about it. They do 22 million, I back out. But if there are leaderboards and we're trying to fight for the most damage as possible, like we're doing for the 6 teams on the in-game boss for those 6 to 8 days, then yeah, you're going to be critiquing those teams, making sure you can up their enlightenment by a little bit, attack by a little bit, critical damage just by a little bit. Because if you go that full amount, that full runtime on that boss, that little increase will increase your damage by quite a lot. So you're going to be critiquing those teams, maybe subbing people in to see if you can get more damage the whole entire time. And that's what we do with the in-game boss. The in-game boss is very demanding. Like we can't even test it right now. So we're going to go in there day 1. You got to make 6 teams that are strong because you only have a few days. You only got 8 days max. 6 teams that are extremely strong. So basically you need to take the day off of work. And then you need to critique those teams over and over. You're not just going to do 6 teams that are strong. Boom, you fight the boss. You're then going to sub in heroes. You're then going to change different artifacts. You're going to try out all these different things to see what does the most damage on that boss. And it's going to take you all day. It's something to where you need to take the day off. Definitely 10 hours. And then that 6th team, when you play that the next day and the next day and the next day, you're going to critique it. And then the boss is going to get a little bit harder at the midpoint. Hopefully you don't have to change much. It's a pretty big thing. That's why we need to ease into stuff like that. We need to fight this boss for at least 7 days, once a day like we do the Vortex, so we can get an idea of what this boss does. We're only doing 1 team for 7 days. But while we're doing that 7 days, we can try out all other teams. Just like Vortex. Vortex, we go in there, we fight him, but we can still fight Vortex even after we save damage. Or we could do test runs. So if we can fight this boss for 7 days, 1 team only mandatory to get points, then we can test out a whole bunch of stuff. By the end of that 7th day, we can have our 6 teams pretty much ready to go. And it won't be a stressful thing that we do for 10 hours on one day. We've done it over 7 days then. Right? We need things like that to happen. Things like that to happen would make it better, I believe. What was I doing? Oh, running over here. Okay, so we did everything with Dinch. And as far as the numbers go, I guess we could get some damage out of them. What's going on? 80 million. What's going on with Rook? Oh, if it breaks 40 million, you can make 2 teams out of it. Yeah, for Otherworld. Right. Yeah, quality of life I think matters a lot. You want the game, again, you want the game to be enjoyable. You don't want it to be something that people are miserable doing, and then eventually they're gonna be like, oh, that's it, I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm done. No more for me, thanks. I'm out. Okay, Dench, Corin, and let's move on to, I do want to do Twitch. Because I want to see what he does with the boomerang. All right, let's go to Twitch next, and then we'll go to somebody like Horus to see if we can get some explosion damage. Like, get some really good explosion damage. Now, Twitch does a lot of AoE damage as well.
Ready for pest control. Perhaps you still
But he has really high multipliers on Enlightenment. But he can still crit, though. Here's the thing with Twitch that's different than a lot of other people that we mess with Enlightenment. Lothair, we're not worried about crit rate. Lothair, we just go full enlightenment, a lot of attack. So it's much easier to do Lothair because he's just all those poison stacks. Boom, he does insane damage. He beats everybody out. Here, this guy, he does damage based off of attack. Really small, lots of enlightenment, but he can still crit. So a little bit harder, I feel like, to gear. Let's try him. Let's try him in full attack gear first. Like the full attack gear that we use with everybody else. No enlightenment, which obviously this is going to be low. We know this. But we still got to do it. I'm going to put him in attack with crit rate. And we're not even going to worry about accuracy. But we don't need much accuracy. He's still going to apply his debuffs. I know he will. 14. He should be over cap now for 100%. Just him, right? Oh, we've got too many people on the board. Got a 5-team bonus. He doesn't need anybody else. Get out of here. Get out of here, all you. All right. With Meteor, they help a lot. What's going on? The videos with the red-blue teams. We just got a new red-blue Vulture racing today, didn't we? Or last night? Is Shadow's going to take it down? Does it have... I didn't even look. Does it have Espolta in there? If it's got Espolta and the other team's clumped up, then yeah, it's gonna be done quick. It's gonna be done pretty quick. Depending on, I didn't look at what they have, but we can look over it. That'd be cool. Since I didn't look at all. I don't even think I voted last week. Azul and Taldi's in there as well. We don't even need Azul in there. If Espolta's in there, and she's got a banger of an artifact, then we don't even need Azul. She'll take him down. Azul's icing on the cake because Espolta's going to come in there fast and take them out with ignoring defense, and then Azul will come in later on and do some damage. Ossifer! What's up, man? How the hell you doing? Ossifer, you here, my man? What is up? What was he doing? Some trading card opening some stuff? Some Pokemon? Long time no see. About a week ago? Really? You did? Oh, great. Yeah, season 1 is so good now. Is that what you were streaming before you came to my stream, or were you doing some card stuff? We're just testing out. We're doing some damage testing for poison heroes right now. Pay respect to the gacha. Hey, man, appreciate that. Thanks so much for bringing everybody over here. Welcome, welcome. We're playing Dragonheir Silent Gods. Ossifer, if you were playing it, are you just playing it on the side? Because the graphics are great. The gameplay is great. Season 1 right now is amazing. Unfortunately, it doesn't carry over into Season 2, Season 3, and so on at the moment. But they're doing a lot of... They just got bought out. They got bought out by Tencent, and they're doing a whole bunch of switching around. A lot of switching around. We got a D&D collaboration coming up. We got a mid-season anniversary event coming up whenever. We've got a whole bunch of new stuff that's supposed to be coming up, but there's been a lot of delays. Your head is brighter than my future? He said your head is brighter than my future. Playing it on the side, but stay up until 3 a.m. Yeah, that's what happens, right? You play a brand new game. You're up late all night. You're not getting the sleep you need to get. Oh, man, no problem, my man. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it really is quite a good game. And I can't wait for them to do the improvements they need to do. We got a lot of stuff that... Is that... Wait, did we gear this guy? Why is he pulling in only 900,000? Oh, because of his enlightenment, right? That's right. He didn't even reach 1 million. 984,079. Yeah, Ossifer, if you're I'll catch you next time you're on stream. That way you can talk to me while I type, and you can let me know how everything's going. It has been quite a minute. I know you've been over there opening up cards. Do you actually play the card games, or does he just do openings? So far is how I accumulate more potions. Potions that you can use at the start of each battle. Oh, like food. Are you talking about making food? Or are you talking about the potions that heal you when you first start fighting? Let me pull up one of these Google documents that I have. If you're talking about, are you talking about cooking food and using like attack and accuracy increase or resistance, or using legendary food, that kind of stuff? Yeah, there is a potion icon at the start of every battle, and it has to do with food. So when you go around the world, you know, you get all these different food recipe stuff. And when you cook, you come over here to these merchants. So there's all these merchant locations. You can do Control F and type in, I don't know, whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for meat, beast meat, you got that beast meat. There's a lot of different locations. You can see 14 different merchants here. So if you want to grab a whole bunch of beast meat from this guy who has like 50, you could fly over to that place, teleport over there. Then if you're looking for a different recipe, like these recipes here will give you increased defense. And you can do, when you eat something, you can do too. Are you talking about the healing potion? Well, this is the potion icon. When your person is low with health, there's like a little X above their head and you click on it to feed them. So all different types of basic food. Well, did you hit that potion button? Hold on. Hold on. What do you mean potion? Hold on. Let me go into, I'm on the test server, but I can go out here and we can go into any dungeon and see what you're talking about. Now, we won't have it on the Vortex boss. I don't know why I came here, but let's say we go over to this. Oh, it's the green thing above their heads. But yeah, that's just making, that again is cooking, and you can buy it as well. But yeah, so you're using food, right? You know all about food and using food for where you need attack and accuracy and all that. Yeah, if your people are low, you probably need a healer to heal you some more often. But if you don't have a healer to heal all the time, and you have these little icons above their head, to get them maxed out on health, you just make this this basic. You can buy it every day inside your camp too. So just come over here to your cart every single day and buy all these basic tonics. This will give you, restores the HP of a single hero. So you can buy these every day, or you can craft. I don't know if I have any cooking on this. Here's a delicate tonic, capable of restoring the HP of all allies on a team. So for this one, you just click when anybody's low, and then all of them will be maxed out, topped off. And you make this one with this grass. Oh, that's recipes. Who has this grass? Anybody got this grass? Only one person? Okay. No, this is a red leaf grass. How am I getting this? You got to go around the world and collect this? It says you can trade it at one of the traders too. Yeah, you just make it. You didn't know how to get them anymore? Yeah, you can cook, but definitely come in here and craft them. So if you're gathering this stuff, or if you buy it from vendors, which you should be able to buy this from vendors, pretty sure, then just come over and just craft it up. Just make it. And then there's also a commission quest. You know those 2 commission quests you get every day? You can stack them up. So if you miss days, you can do like 6 or 8 or however many they'll save up. But one of those commission quests will tell you to go to a guy outside of the arena area and tell you to give them some of those. Yeah. Yeah, you probably won't need them much longer. If you get stronger and you have decent healers, you won't need them. But I'm like you, though. I kind of just go through there and brute force it. So in the beginning, I'm using a lot of those because it's easy. Just go in there and smack everybody down. My guys don't have a lot of HP in the next battle, and I just click them to heal them up. But as far as anywhere else to get them, I'm not sure if anybody in chat knows for sure where to get more. I'm surprised it's not on this vendor list, though. Like, really surprised. It's a tonic, right? Tonic. I don't see any tonics here. I'm sure there's a recipes for them, but tonic. But this is for damage. Delicate tonic, full HP restore. Oh, yeah. It says grass right here and spectral, or you could use spectral grass or the red leaf grass. So you can use red leaf grass. So if you want to go this spreadsheet right there. It might be here. Is it that spreadsheet? No. Recipes. Oh yeah, if you type in recipes, there it is. You type in recipes, it's right there. There's a shorter link to it. But you'll be able to craft it. Yeah, man, I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's actually quite fun. And you coming in at the perfect time. So any of your friends that are playing with you and joining you, they're all coming in at the perfect time. Playing right now is totally different than playing when we played. You guys have so many summons. Free legendary hero, free legendary artifact, so many rewards, lots of legendary heroes that you're going to pull from doing summons. When we started playing, had none of that. Nothing. We had 3 gold dice when we first started. We had to save up our worm arrow all the time, which you should be saving up yourself to be able to buy gold dice like this. Save it up so you can get your own. But we had no gold dice coming up, not as many purple dice as well, and it was pretty rough. It'd be a while before you saw a legendary hero as free to play or low spender. It could be. I mean, granted, the pity's only at 35, so you get a legendary pretty quick. Yeah, that banner is worth it for sure, because even if you got a legendary at 79, 78, 79, you're still going to get another legendary at 80 regardless. It's worth it, and everybody who's playing a brand new account has been saying that within 30 days they're able to get that completed. Definitely worth it. But I didn't play a brand new account all the way, but I played a brand new account for 3 days, and by that third day I think I had already, no, I know for a fact I had 40 dice. 43 dice by that third day, which again is insane. Back when we played, we'd have 3 gold dice by day, I don't know, 21, 25? Unless I saved up Worm Arrow. Oh, things have changed. It's much better. Much, much better. All right, what are we doing with Twitch? All right, yeah, thanks for sending me the raid, man. Appreciate the love. Hope everybody is doing well. If you're not playing Dragonheir Silent Gods, hey, I understand if you don't want to hang out. No problem. No hard feelings. It was rough, right? Oreos, it was. It was so rough. We didn't have anything. It was fun. It was challenging. At least it was still fun. Like, the combat was so enjoyable that at least we made it this far, right? This was Twitch with all attack gear. He had gear set 1 on him. All attack. So don't play Twitch with all attack for sure, which we knew already, but we had to make sure. All right, high enlightenment. But this is enlightenment gear, but again, we're not looking at crit rate. I think it has decent crit rate on it though. This gear set that yeah, it's plenty. 60%. We've been testing this with everyone. We're going to go enlightenment. We'll be able to pick up some more. Enlightenment and crit rate. There's 8. And then attack with, so we've got enlightenment, attack within 2 enlightenment hits. This one has 2 more hits plus attack percentage, and then 1 hit here, 2 hits here. 315 enlightenment. We're not even using an enlightenment artifact yet.
Perhaps you still reckon my dad
Is he 315? How are we picking up 315? Oh, it's 295, but he's got 20 base there, right? Yeah. Switch. All right. This should be a lot different, but he's also more of an AoE nuker, right? What do you think we'll pull off now with Eyeball? 2.2 million? 2.5 million? I bet it's going to be 2.5. And the thing is, if it's 2.5 million, that's what we got with Jathalea. And Jathalea needed all these poisons up. And she removes the poisons. And we use the same eyeball and gear that we have on right now. You're happy for the new season? I am extremely happy for the new season if we get new wild heroes, new burn heroes, new ice blast, new rally, new aura. If we get those kind of heroes, I'm going to be stoked. I can't wait. It was good catching up. Hey, thanks so much, Night Warden. Have a good one, buddy. Yeah, appreciate that. Really appreciate that. I'll be streaming, so maybe you'll see me tomorrow or the next day. I don't know. He's only at... I guess he's not doing that much. He's actually getting up quite a lot of poisons. And they're only taking for 26,000. But I'd want this guy with crit rate critical damage though. Well, enlightenment with crit rate, I guess. High attack, high enlightenment, and then crit rate. So this guy's much harder to build than Lothair. Necro team? Necro isn't viable. They're not. Necro really isn't good to get you through any dungeon. No dungeon Necro is good for. They will work for you in the beginning to go through your goblin runs. Especially with Isotarian, the guy they give you for free, the one that has a little chicken that he summons with him right away. That guy's got an attack lead, 24% additional attack in all battles, so use that for your goblin team. But other than that, they're just not rip summons. Yeah, don't do summons. Don't invest in necrosis. Summons just aren't that great. You will use them, and you can use them once you fight these chief challenges later on. Once you've been playing for 30 days, you're going to go into this event to where you can get a legendary hero. You have to fight these little boss guys that pop up, and they'll take more damage from different elements. They'll take 100% additional damage from each of the elements. So you're going to want to make a necrosis team, but you don't have to do it right away. You can fight those bosses. You'll fight 3 the first week, 4 the next week, 5, and then 6. So you'll need to have 6 teams ready to go by week 8. So 30, 40, 50, I don't know, like 50 days in, something like that. 50 days in, you're going to need to have 6 teams, but you'll have it by then. And you'll use necrosis by then. You'll use it on a team. But to get through all the dungeons that you need to get gear, to go through Fae, to go through Pillars, to even do Goblin, you're not going to really run with a lot of necrosis. But Goblin, early Goblin's fine. I was using, like, on my free-to-play, I only played it for 3 days, 4 days. I was using Isotarian. I was using Charlatch because you got him for free, and he's pretty cool. Like, I want the summons to be good. Make summons good, man, please. I want the summons to be great. They look awesome. But the sad fact is, even all of us out here that have been playing for 3 seasons now, we still don't use summons very often. That's just the way it is. Backburner them. Well, you can still try them out. You can still try them out, but yeah, not to get through dungeons or any of that. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that it's awesome that they're so giving right now for season 1, but it's just weird what they gave you and what they're pushing for. I think it's cool because they want people to see summons, and summons are like, they are fun to play, and everybody who has ever played this game wants to play summons. But then you find out that they're just not really viable, and that's why we need some balancing going on. We need some buffs. If we get some cool summon buffs or some new summons introduced into the game, then who knows? Could become amazing. Now with this variation in crit rate though, I can't get a viable number on this guy. He only did 1.7 million with eyeball, but we've only got a 60% chance to crit, not 100. Now we could go with 100% chance to crit with the gloves, and that would give us 40 extra. If we could find gloves with, we're going to be taking away attack though. Let's see if this works better. Crit rate with enlightenment. There's 2 hits into enlightenment with crit rate. So we're only losing 2 enlightenment, and we're losing 1,000 attack. But that's fine though, because his attack, that's actually really good. His attack number is 100 and something of attack. It's so low. His multiplier for attack is so low. It's in the thousands for enlightenment. So this actually, I don't think is a bad thing. Let's see if we get more. 92. Oh, we must have had crit rate on that. We must have had crit rate. Can we get a higher? Let's see, enlightenment with crit rate. We had crit rate on those gloves with the attack before. There's 7. That loses 1. Okay, we lose out there. Crit rate. I guess this is the best we can gain 1. Maybe we can find it here. If we can go with enlightenment. crit rate, and attack. Are we going to have all that on one piece? We only gained 3. What? Lose more attack again. All right, let me run him. See what we get. Less attack, but we should definitely go over 1.7 million now with having a 100% chance to crit. Or 92% chance to crit. Necrosis is Zarloth. Zarloth, Thea is awesome, right? Thea for protecting your ranged people and getting them healed. If you're playing with ranged. If you're not playing with ranged, then don't focus on her too much. If you're ranged or dying, for sure use her. She's great. And then Zarloth, yeah. It took me 3 seasons to get Zarloth. And I'm not free to play. I had very bad luck. But if you have Zarloth, for sure play that guy. There's a lot of actually good Necrosis that are not affiliated with summons, right? Actually, some pretty good ones. Yeah, this is going to do far more. No. No. No, it might not. But it is eyeball, so I can't complain because I think eyeball with Jathalea even was 2.5. But she needed support, right? We had to bring in 2 other heroes to put up a lot of poisons. With this guy Twitch, he doesn't need anybody else. It's just all on him to do damage. Oh, we're not getting a 3-team bonus right now. We are really... Man, all that other testing out. We only did 1 other run with him. Man, we were really about to mess that up. Okay, so that last run I did with him, 60% chance to crit. I can run that again. But he wasn't getting the team bonus, which all of my, you know, all the testing we've done did. For Fire Domain, she's fast. 16 seconds on that ultimate. You can block those debuffs. I feel like there's a lot of ways to fight Fire Domain. Fire Domain really isn't bad as long as you don't have your heroes touching each other. It really is not bad. You could have a lot of debuffs up on you, decrease attack before the boss does its ultimate, and as long as your people are spread out, you can still survive it pretty easily. You just can't have anybody touching each other. It's much better if you can remove it, right? If you got Inna as a rare, if you have other people that can remove it, there's a lot of other ones. Or block it, like with Thea. And since she's so fast, it does make it pretty nice. But she won't... Will she block still? Will she block tanks, though? Will she block melee? Doesn't have to be tank. It could be a warrior. Will she still block melee? I don't think she will, though, right? So if you have Inna, you put the instant burner on her. If you have Inna with 2 pieces of goblin set, that will give her 40 skill haste, and then get her a little bit more skill haste, maybe on a rune. Even with 40 skill haste with Inna, you can do it. Yeah, she doesn't, right? So she's good. Like Thea no doubt is good, but you want to get it off your melee as well, especially if it's a fragile melee, possibly. But if you have them spread out, decrease attack up when she does her ultimate, you'll be okay. I can't believe we were gimping Twitch so much. So for today, I got an idea of how Jathalea is going to work, but I can't really... I feel like we need to make a full team with Jathalea, and we need to go test her somewhere. Sure, we got to see what artifacts work the best on her. Obviously, Enlightenment works the best on her, so we tested all that out. But I really can't get a sense of what she'll do. I mean, I can look at her numbers and say, okay, this is what she compares up to the wild, all those wild teams we tested, but I feel like she's pretty hard to play around. Again, this is why we don't see people playing these poison heroes. Nobody plays Necrosis. Nobody plays a lot of poison heroes. They just play somebody like the people who apply poison debuffs. They just play somebody like Sigrid over here or Eli. Get his attack gloves. Okay, let me see what he was back with those attack gloves. I think he's going to do better. So with the gear we had him in before was our just regular basic enlightenment gear. 295 and 60% chance. Right. But we didn't have a 3-team bonus. Blocks burns. Which one? Yeah, we know. But she won't block melee though. And she's quick. She's 16 seconds on her ultimate. Yeah, not necessarily they won't, but I'm saying there's a lot of other options. But if you have Thea, I don't think he said he had Thea, but if you do have Thea, she is great. I think she's a great healer. She takes 15% less damage when you're invisible, so all your ranged people will take less damage, which is actually really strong. She can heal block, and then she can heal your people based off of enlightenment, right? As long as they're ranged heroes. And really, you can do fire to flame domain without any tanks too, without any melee. You can spread them all out, and they'll just attack like your front healers. That's what I did a lot of time in season 1, season 2, when I was coming up. If I didn't have a lot of good heroes, you know, you just make your Hexandra tanky. She's there tanking it, but she's also healing. She's in the forward position, and then she works great for something like that. Chief challenges too. I do that a lot in chief challenges. Because in the only content we need a true tank in is usually Grave of Venom. That's where we really get hit hard. I think he's going to get about the same damage. He's got a 60% chance to crit, so there is going to be quite a bit of variation here. Same 1.8. Does he have one more ultimate in him? It's gonna be a little bit more. I think he has one more ult coming up. Okay, so tomorrow when I come on stream, here's what I want to do. I want to take Jathalea and I want to build her up to take her into Grave of Curse and see if we can do a 16-minute speed run. I don't know if it's going to work. Again, I just heard rumor that we could do that. We know we can do it with Lothair for sure, but what we're going to have to do is bring in 2 people like this team right here that we have. These 2 will be fine. Dench along with Twitch. We'll bring these 2 in. We'll build her to do as much damage as we can, and we already know the artifacts to use. We already know the gear to use, and we will get up 40 stacks. Ultimate. I don't think we're going to get up 40 stacks. Oh, we'll just bring in other people that do poison. Since we're just trying to nuke them right away, we don't need to worry about anything else.
Who's causing trouble
Like if we really can. So we'll get up 40 stacks. Who else is going to help us get up 40 stacks? Bringing in so many legendaries. We'll play it like this. We're trying to kill him before... Yeah, we'll just get 40 stacks. Whatever we can do to get 40 stacks, we'll do her ultimate, and we'll see if it's really enough to kill that boss. Build Tolwar for what, man? He's not even, like, he doesn't even register as a poison person. Look, isn't that weird? He does apply a poison. Look at this. Is it a test server thing? What's going on? He's so bad they don't even want to show him to me? Tolwar. He does accuracy penalty and attack penalty, and then we've got the provoke. I thought he put up a poison right here, right? Yeah, there we go. With a 100% chance to inflict 1 stack of poison for 10 seconds. How often does this stay up? We're so garbage. I'm surprised. Like, I really am, since he does that 1 stack of poison. This guy he's not even registered as a poison. How sad is that? They know he's terrible. They don't want anybody to play him. He's truly the worst. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me today. Appreciate the love and support. I will see you guys tomorrow. Again, we're going to take Jathalea in there and see what we can do for some speed runs. And then we're going to take Lothair in there to do speed runs as well and blow as much things as we can up with Lothair, because that'll be pretty fun. If we can't do it with her. If we can't do it with Jathalea, we're going to do it with somebody. We're going to go in there and get the poisons up. We're going to do poison explosion, and we're going to see what kind of damage we can get done on the end. Because doing it against a test dummy is fine, but I got to go up. We got to go do this against, since we're looking at just a one shot. We're not looking at damage over time here. We're looking at just one big explosion. We got to go do this against like a boss that makes sense that we could set it up. Like Grave of Curse, right? Grave of Curse isn't doing much the whole time until he hits everybody. So for that first 18 seconds or however long it is to do his ultimate, we'll get all the setup we can, and we'll just see what kind of big explosions we can do. And we can even see if Hollis, I think his name is, with his poison explosion, see if that can do anything. But I don't think it can. That's what's sad about poison. I don't think that guy's poison explosion will do any kind of damage.
You should see the faces of the
All right.
suckers.
Kelvin, Oreos, everybody, take care. Ossifer, all the crew there. Thanks so much for joining me. I will see you guys